Hey guys, welcome to Let's Talk Nerd. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing the Arozzi Arena Gaming Desk, which you may have seen from my previous unboxing video of. I've had numerous requests for an actual review video, and so I've decided to do one to answer those questions that I've been getting on the previous video. So, we're going to talk about this desk and how much I love it, because I do. I really love it. And whether or not it's right for you at the price point that it's at and the features that it offers. So, let's get down to it. So it's not often when you get do-it-yourself furniture that you get such a detailed manual as you'll see here. Arozzi did an excellent job of including step-by-step instructions that are very detailed, very helpful, and also included colored pictures to kind of show you each step as you go along what it's supposed to look like. So very helpful in putting this together. Alright guys, so I have two 24-inch monitors and a full PC tower case on the desk itself. The monitors are just on their stands for the time being. Just kind of wanted to give you a size description of how much depth the desk has itself. That's one of the main things that I liked about it, was there's a lot of surface area. The other big feature of the desk is the mouse pad itself. It comes rolled up, so whenever you unroll it, it's going to take some time for that to flatten out. The desk itself, as you can see here, is supported by two steel legs that are connected to the steel frame that will attach underneath. If you saw my unboxing video, you kind of know how that's put together and what's actually supporting it. So it's a pretty solid foundation. Now, the board itself is of MDF material. It has three pre-drilled holes, pretty good size. They're kind of like a half circle in shape, and the mouse pad also has the holes already there for you as well, as I point out in the video, which makes for perfect cable management, which is another selling point for me on this desk. I really love that. I'll show you here shortly. We'll go under the desk and show you the cable management net that screws in underneath. There's 6 screws that hold this up, 3 on each side. The thing I didn't really like about this, I was hoping for a little bit better, was that it's going to be a little bit wider. It's kind of narrow and kind of bunches my cables all up, but ultimately it's not a big deal. I still love having it. This is the desk itself without the mouse pad. As you can see from the hole, it's of that MDF material. That's kind of the only way I could have told what it was. So this is kind of the mouse pad. It weighs an entire 7 pounds. It's a pretty heavy mouse pad, but you know, it covers the whole area. I did have a few questions on my unboxing video on whether or not the desk set flush. So I'm showing kind of a image here of me leveling the desk. I did it on 2 separate sides, and I did it on some other sides that I cut out of the video, but it's very level desk. And this is my setup. This is how I'm using it every day. This is what I've used it the way for the past month and a half. So I have 3 24-inch monitors, or I have 2 24-inch monitors, and I think a 21-inch Samsung TV on these Visa Vivo mounts that you can buy on Amazon. I have one dedicated just for my Xbox. It's not connected to my PC. I have just a dual monitor setup. My cable management is a super mess right now. I haven't had time to really go at it and clean that up. But one thing I'm pointing out in the video here is that you can kind of see on the mouse pad how dirty it gets. I really wish they wouldn't have used black. I wish they would have done like an all red or something like that, because the mouse pad does get pretty dirty just from, you know, living, I guess. Follicles coming off your body and stuff, you know, gross things like that. But like, I'll put my controller and my keyboard and stuff, and if I move that stuff after they've sat there for a while, they'll just have markings. It's kind of weird. Alright guys, so I've shown you some of the features of the desk and my setup on the desk. So now let's get down to the specs. Let me go more in depth on the specifications of this desk, and maybe that'll answer some more of your all's questions. So the length of the desk itself from side to side is 160 centimeters, 5 feet 3 inches, you know, whatever measurement you want to use between those two. The depth of itself, which I was talking about in the beginning of the video of why I liked it so much, was that it's 82 centimeters deep. All right, so it's 2 feet 8 inches 1/4, and that is enough to put really anything. I mean, you can put your Xbox, as you saw in the video. I have my Razer Ripsaw capture card just sitting here. It's very small, so I mean it doesn't really take up. But I have my scissor boom mic mount. I have 2 monitor mounts. You could probably I may eventually move my PS4 in here. If I ever get a Nintendo Switch, I may put that on there. I have plenty of room here. I have my keyboard, got my mouse, got my controllers. I can put everything on it, so it's perfect. The height of the desk, I think I currently have it at about 30 inches. You can change it between 28 and 32. So there is some adjustability in that. I have not seen too many desks around this price range, and with all the other features included, that allows you to do height adjustability. So that works pretty well. I did have a few questions on reviews on Amazon and on my unboxing video for the length between the legs. So that is 48 inches there for you guys that wanted to know that. The desk itself is a whopping 105 pounds, rounding up there. So it may, depending on your physique, you may need 2 people to move this desk. I was able to manage it on my own, but it is very heavy, and so try not to strain yourself on that. So this is the main reason why I bought this desk. Is, you know, I like the cable management that it offers and everything like that, but the size of this is just what I needed. It was perfect for my needs. Now, if you were looking at Arozzi's gaming desk, which I'm sure you were if you're here, you probably came across DX Racer, which is what I would call Arozzi's competitor company, and their gaming desk. So their gaming desk is also pretty nice. It's at the same price point at $399 if you're buying it from Amazon or their online store. And it looks like a nice desk. I don't have it myself. I haven't tried it out. I watched a lot of reviews. It seems there's more reviews on this desk than there is on Arozzi's. But my main gripe with this desk is that it's a lot smaller, but at the same price point. I think they did a few gimmicky things on this desk, which Arozzi didn't try to do, and tried to pass it off as just, you know, all-encompassing professional gaming desk, and it really doesn't offer that much for what you're paying for it. So at $399, that's a lot of money to be putting towards a desk. And I understand that's why you're probably watching this video is, you know, is it worth it? You know, I'm trying to answer that question for you here. So the DX Racer desk is only 47.30 inches, okay? That's roughly... That's roughly 4 feet in length compared to Arozzi's 5 and like almost 6 foot in length. The depth is also smaller, 32 inches. The height is 27 and 31. So it's got that height adjustability, but it's still not as tall as the Arozzi or how tall the Arozzi can get. It has the cable management, but it has like a cable management backdrop, as you can see on there, that black fabric thing that kind of, all it does is really cover it up, doesn't hold it like the net is. You know, I can't really judge it, I guess, because I don't have one, but it just seems like really gimmicky. Just they, you know, in their description they say, oh, you know, perfect for cable management. You know, it has those holes, you know, that's great, I guess, but it doesn't do anything. It just kind of sits there and covers it up. But I mean, what are you covering it from? I don't know. I don't get it. So let's go over the advantages here. Just going off the website description, that's kind of how I compared it. I don't have an actual physical comparison for you guys. So on their website, they say it's natural wood, not MDF. So I find that kind of an advantage because MDF isn't the best material. I know a lot of people have a lot of gripes with that. I don't really care. I buy Walmart furniture. It's not that big a deal to me. I've been dealing with it for a while. I've never had any problems. I know some people have said that, you know, MDF gives like really bad smells and stuff. I don't know. One of the cool things, or one of the gimmicky things that I was talking about, and, you know, I kind of find it cool, and maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't, is that the desk itself is curved at the edge of the desk where you're sitting, which is apparently better support for your forearm. So that's pretty cool. So that I count that as an advantage. The legs are in a kind of triangle shape, which is apparently a lot better support. I think the support on the Arozzi is just fine. This may be better. It does have rotational feet that go in a 360 motion, so I guess you can adjust that to better fit the foundation where you're setting the desk. So I'll give that an advantage. It does have cable management hose just like Arozzi's, but that cable backdrop just doesn't make any sense to me. The disadvantages, like I talked about, has less surface areas. It's not as big as Arozzi for what you're paying for it. If this desk was maybe $250, I'd say go for it. But at $399, I just can't tell you to buy it. You know, you're better off going to Walmart or Big Lots or something like that and buying just a $100 desk if you're gonna go with the DX Racer. They do have 3 color options: green, black, and I think black and red. Not as many color options as Arozzi's. Arozzi has black, black and red, white, blue, and green. So there's a little bit more choice with Arozzi's. Again, I put the pointless cable cloth on the back. It is much lighter. I like a heavier desk. I told you that the Arozzi desk is about 105 pounds. This one is only 74 pounds, I believe, or I think it's 80 is its gross weight. I'm not sure how to make of that. I'm not good at the differences in weight. So it's much lighter. I don't like that very much. It's the same price as Arozzi. It doesn't hold as much as Arozzi's desk. Arozzi's desk can hold up to 170 pounds. This one only holds up to 110. So I don't really recommend the DX Racer desk if you were looking at it as an alternative. You can go for it, but it's at the same price point and you're getting a lot less. Alright, so this video's gone long enough. I didn't want to do a super long video, but I wanted to give you guys as much detail as possible because this is a big purchase and I want you guys to be informed. So let's wrap things up with a pro and con list for the Arozzi desk. So as I've talked about plenty of times, there's plenty of space, 14 square footage on this desk, height adjustability, full surface mouse pad. It's a very nice mouse pad. It does get dirty, but ultimately that's not a big deal. You can clean it as long as you're careful with it. I just wipe it off my hand and that seems to do the trick. It's a very solid build, solid foundation. I haven't found any issues with the desk support itself. The steel structure that holds it up is very reliable, it seems. I haven't noticed any give to it. So I wouldn't worry about that. As long as you put it together right, you should be fine. You have adjustable height. I believe it was 27 to 32 or 28 to 32 inches in height. So you have that option if you want to adjust that based on your height itself. So that's awesome to have. So the cons, again, it's $399. If you can look at some of the channels that are sponsored by Arozzi, you may be able to get a coupon code, which is what I did. I got it from Noble Gaming, I believe is what the channel was called, and that got me like 20% off, and I wound up paying $360. But that requires you to buy it through Arozzi's website and not Amazon or eBay or wherever you usually buy stuff from. They offer free shipping, so that was cool. So it wasn't really that big a deal. So if you can find a coupon code for it, I'd go for that route. Check their Twitter. They usually have them posted up on there. As I said, the mouse pad gets dirty. I didn't mention it earlier, but when mounting your monitors or if you have a mic, you're mounting on top of the mouse pad. You can't really do it under the mouse pad, which is what I tried initially, and that kind of just makes it look kind of unprofessional. But even when you do it over the mouse pad, it looks kind of unprofessional. But I wish they kind of had made the mouse pad a little bit like pre-set spots where you could put a mount, but I guess that wasn't really doable. So that wasn't that really bad. Alright guys, so I'm going to wrap things up here. This desk is super awesome. I think it's totally worth the $400 price point with the features that it offers compared to its competitor. I don't regret buying this desk one bit. It's totally worth it. You know, I think it's going to last me quite some time for what I use it for. So I highly recommend it. If you were on the fence about it, I'm sure you'll eventually get over that fence and you'll buy it and you'll be happy and you'll thank me and you'll name your first kid after me. If you already have a kid, you'll name your second kid after me. So, you know, there's that. Okay? So I hope it's been informative. If you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them as best as I can. And we'll see you next time on Let's Talk Nerd.